as you look down this form, there's a place to get more specific about classifying this wood. And we're not ready to do that yet. But that example, DMUF, is an acronym for Dry Mesic Upland Forest. My sense is that that's probably what this is. And if there's a lot of red oak, hickory and white oak, that's probably what it is. And here's another grass. So we saw Dactylis glomerata, the orchard grass, which is a common agricultural grass. And this one has, you'll see, a very hairy portion on the stem. It's very pubescent, they say, in floristic terminology.
That starts there and then up again.
Yeah, and that is Agropyron repens, a common weedy grass.
So it could possibly be the third largest in the state based on just diameter. I haven't measured the height or the width of the crown or the height quite yet.
And how old's the tree?
244 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. And that is based off of a growth factor, and they have a different number per species, and that depends on how slow or fast growing it is. Shakebark hickory is very slow growing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get this much woody growth coming into a woods like this, you can have a lot of excess evapotranspiration. So this woody growth sucks a lot of the moisture out. The recharge area for this area includes those open fields that have been not soaking up water, like the original prairie or savanna or woodland sod, and it changes the hydrology of the place. And when you start to restore those native landscapes and the ability of that deep-rooted native plant material and vegetation allows water to start soaking in, and then you start seeing these little spring outcroppings starting to come back.
Okay.
So that is part of restoration, is restoring not only the plant diversity, but the hydrology of the landscape. Wyatt and Wesley, come over here for a second. The large black ants are really visible, but if you look closer on the stems, you can see the little insects that are less mobile. They're just hanging there. They're actually tapping into the sap of the plant, and then the ants are harvesting the sap coming out of their bodies. So it's like they're milking cows on the plant. Yeah, isn't it? And it's an example of a mutualistic relationship between those two insects, and not so much the plant, because the plant is getting, they're using resources from the plant. But the aphids don't get killed by the ants, and they both. It's Aster lateriflorus, and that gets its name from having all of its flowers on one side, and you see that they're piled up on top of the branch here, kind of aligned on top and not all the way around the stem. And so lateriflorus, the common name side flowering aster definitely describes that behavior. Yeah, so there's a character that has to do with the pattern of the way the veins are distributed on the leaf. And this has a real strong mid vein that goes all the way up. And this sort of does too. But the rest of the veins come off the same point on a maple. And that's why they describe maple leaves as having palmate leaves, because it looks like your fingers coming off your hand. So it's a palmate leaf. It's kind of young to use the bark to identify it, but the leaves are rough on both sides. And so when we find the American elm, I know it's growing here, we'll check out the leaves. But this may be a red elm. They've developed an app called Seek, and you can photograph it, and it should tell you.
Will it tell who I am too? Yeah.
No.
No.
Homo sapiens.
It's very photogenic. Wow.
Banded tussock moth.
Oh yeah, good. He's going
Uh,
down.
so
Go down. Go down
there
that
it
way.
is.
Yeah, I
So
see him,
here's
kinda.
the picture that the app
Going
took.
down.
Right.
And there it is. It's a very blurry picture. And here's what the mature moth looks like when it has wings and is ready to fly.
It's called a what?
You got
Banded-
two mosquitoes eating.
I see that.
This is me, Susan, so don't
Oh, okay,
One
thank
got
you.
loose.
Banded tussock moth.
And the
And I'm pretty
application to identify it is
Seek. It's called
They're
seek.
not cannibalistic,
Seek?
are they?
Yeah, so let me back out of this and I'll show you the app. So we're kind of getting into the app.
That's the only way I could ever identify these things.
Yeah, so here's the Seek app. You touch on that and it opens up. It's produced by iNaturalist. Here's the photo icon and you touch that and you have to read that. And then when you continue, you're ready to take a photo of the plant or animal that you're looking at. And then you take the photo and it will tell you what it is.
Really
now, in
quick.
And really quick.
Yes.
And so there's our picture, and we believe this is a member of animals. So I'm not sure if they're talking about Victor or what, but they're showing a little weevil next. So the tendency is to want to clean up the woods and get rid of this sort of what seems like an obstacle,
Underslug.
when in fact it's a valuable part of the ecosystem here.